Okay, so Darby, this is your instant camera. This is a Lomo Instant Wide. It takes Instax wide film, which looks like this. Notice it's wide. Okay, so it actually produces an image that is pretty large. Here's an example of an image that it produces. You can see how it's pretty wide. Note this is a very dark image, and that's one of the gotchas that I'll have to show you about this thing. Okay, so it does not have autofocus. You will need to make sure that you have it set properly for focusing. This is at mountain. Mountain means infinity. This is at 1 to 2 meters, which is usually going to be about, well, think about it as being 2 body lengths. Okay, and that's going to be most of the time when you're taking pictures of somebody from, let's say, their waist up or their knees up. Okay, and then this is up close. This is as close as you can get, which is a half a meter. Half a meter is about 2 feet. So that's what that means. You can put it anywhere in between. I find that for me, when I'm taking group pictures, you'll want to leave it around there. One of the gotchas that I have is that my hands are so big that when I grab hold of this thing, I tend to actually move that. So what you might want to do is you might want to take a little piece of gaffer's tape and hold it in place when you're actually playing around with it. Okay? I will put a little piece of gaffer's tape into the bag and you can actually put it there. This is where the film comes out. Let the film come all the way out and then you can pull it out. It takes a little tug to get it loose. Let's see. This is how you put the film in. The film goes in here. Alright. This is the back side of the camera. The yellow strip lines up with the yellow strip on the film pack. You'll be getting film packs. This is a counter that tells you how many pictures you've taken. Starts at 0 and it goes to 0. So it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. There are 10 pictures in a pack. It will try to keep taking pictures even after you've used up all your film. Nothing will come out. You can tell there's film in there because you'll be able to see a little yellow bit in the window. This is not illuminated, so you might have to shine a light in there. This is the on control. You can't tell here. Oh, here you are. You can see now. It's currently in off. Turn it to this position. It's A for auto. It's actually on right now. It's charging. It will turn green when it says it's ready to flash. There it is. It's ready to flash. Alright. This MX is for multiple exposures. If you press it and that's on, it'll keep taking pictures on the same piece of film over and over and over until you press it, and then the last picture you take, it'll eject it. Okay? So that's what multiple exposure does. Allows you to say, you can take a picture of like one thing that's lit and another thing that's not lit, and then move your camera around. Or you can take a picture of like Christmas lights in the background and then take a picture of a person. So you have both superimposed. That's auto function. Then you have B, which is useful if you're going to take a long picture and it takes a long time for it to get exposed. That B means bulb, and it'll hold the shutter open as long as you hold the button down. And that's great if you wanted to take a picture of like streaky lights, those kinds of things. And then this last position, 1/30th of a second, that's if you were going to use flash, external flash, or if you know that your background is going to be really dim and you want to use a fill flash in the front. So I can teach you a little bit more about how that works. This setting here, +1, 0, -1, that's to help teach the camera to ignore some of, like, let's say if it's you're taking a picture in snow, you'll want to use +1 because the snow will fool the camera into thinking that everything is really, really bright, which it is. But what you want to pay attention to is not going to, it needs to be a bit brighter so that like faces don't turn into, silhouettes or just black boxes or black figures. All right, so that's +1. 0 is neutral. -1 is tells it to try to be a little bit darker. This is good if you're, let's say, taking a picture in a high contrast environment, and you wanted to lower the contrast. Or like an overcast day, you might need to do -1 because you might not have enough contrast. Okay, let's see what else. I think that's all there is to pay attention to on this. Here is the flash. You can turn the flash on and off by pressing this button when it's on. I'll show you. See that little light that tells you that the camera is on? Notice that little timer actually has a light inside there. Okay, see here, this is currently set to flash. If I push that again, it's not going to flash. Push it again, it'll flash. Okay? So you can turn the flash on and off manually. It'll want to flash if it wants to. Okay? Like if you're taking pictures outside, it might not want to flash. But let's say if you're taking a picture of a person in the shade, you might want to use a flash so you can fill it in. This is a mirror so that you can hold it up and you can frame yourself in it. It's like a selfie. This is your shutter button. Okay? This is your flash. This is, I think this is a light meter. This is a viewfinder, and that viewfinder does come out so that you can frame to a different size. So this has little frame windows in there, and that's to help you frame your shot. There is another one in here that's for a different size. That will be for when you're doing something up close. So the frame lines are in a different place for both of those. What else you got in here? You have a close-up lens, which fits in here. I'm sorry, this is a wide-angle lens. Okay, so ultra-wide angle, so if you really want to take something like super wide. And then I think this is the close-up. No, this is, oh yeah, close-up lens attachment. Okay, so that's what those two, and they both screw onto the front of the lens. The lens cap is out in the car. I will bring it in and I'll restart the video at that point. All right. Okay, here's the lens cap. What's so special about this lens cap? It is a remote control. All right, so if you wanted to, let's say, hold the lens cap and get into the same picture with your friends, you can press instant, which will take the picture immediately, or you can press timer, which will take the picture after a few seconds. That's about it. It has a little tether. I'll put a little clip on there so that you can keep it secure. That is about it. The camera is yours. I want you to take as many pictures as you like. I will send you film every time that you need it, every time you tell me that you need it. And you'll be getting a bunch of film in a separate box. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye. Darby, I figured this out. So this is your lens cap. This little device actually unscrews. I know it's hard to see, but how do I flip my camera around? Well, I can't figure out how to flip my camera around. But the idea is it unscrews. See, that way you can keep the lens cap secure. So I will attach this to the camera for you. Bye.